All right, so I just woke up. I'm about to start getting ready for the gym. And yeah, it's the first thing I do every morning. Wake up, workout. And I already got ready for the gym. And right now it's 7:18 in the morning. I'd love to go earlier, but I do have kids, and my oldest needs to be dropped off at school, so my wife left to go drop her off, and now I am waiting for her to get back, and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. So the only supplement that I take in the morning before the gym is a pre-workout. And I take this one. It's a Alani. Why? I don't know. It was the cheapest one at the store. And I'm not looking for anything crazy. This one contains 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I only take half a scoop. Yeah, I'm not trying to go crazy with this stuff. And that usually makes me feel pretty good during my workout. It makes it a little bit more bearable. I also do my stretches before I go to the gym. I don't even know if I'm doing enough or if I'm doing it right. This is just what I do. All right, so I'm on my way to the gym. It's pretty cold outside, like 38 degrees, maybe. It's lively for a fucking Monday morning. All right, it's pretty cold. Sinuses are acting up a bit. But yeah, I think I'll use this time to kind of maybe add a little bit of relatability, hopefully. So I've been on this journey for about, since July. Right now it is the 2nd day of February, 2026. I've been doing this since July 2025. I'm down around 72 pounds. Every single day I wake up and I spend pretty much the whole morning before I go to the gym trying to convince myself that I don't have to go. So basically, trying to come up with some kind of excuse to get me out of the gym. The gym is kind of like a new thing for me. Before that, I was basically just running 4.5 miles every single day, or 6 days a week. And then I decided, well, I've dropped a lot of weight. It's time to go to the gym, start building my muscle. So that's what I'm doing now. But every morning I wake up, try and come up with some kind of excuse to not have to go to the gym. It's pretty crazy what you try to tell yourself to not have to go to the gym. Well, there'd be some dumb shit like, oh, I have a headache this morning. And you try to turn those little things into a reason to not have to go to the gym. And I just think that's stupid. But the trick is, while you're doing all that, your body is getting you ready for the gym. Go put your shorts on, go put your shirt on, do your stretch, take your pre-workout, do all the stuff you gotta do before you go to the gym. By the time you know it, you're dressed and ready to go. And at that point, you don't really have an excuse to not go to the gym. If you really want something, you can make it happen, right? If you really want to lose weight, you can make it happen. It's all up to you. Honestly, if I could do it every day, then you could do it every day. I'm 32 years old. I have 3 kids, all under 6 years old. So I have a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. On top of that, I have my career. On top of that, I'm also completing my master's degree in computer science, which requires a lot of time. But you know what? I still find time to go to the gym, and I'm pretty proud to say that I don't really miss a lot of workouts. I think unless there's something that's going on, like I go on a vacation or something, I think that's around the only time that I've missed workouts. Other than that, for the whole time that I've been doing this, I have not missed a workout. Yeah, the whole time I've been doing this, I have not missed a workout. Even when I was on vacation for the holidays, for Christmas and all that, I still managed to get a few 4.5 mile runs in when I was on vacation. Whether it was for Thanksgiving vacation or for Christmas vacation, those were pretty long vacations. Spent the whole time drinking and all that stuff. And my biggest worry was that when I got back, I wouldn't be able to get back onto it. But I was able to convince myself, I was able to push myself to continue. And how do you do that? How do you go on vacation, spend the whole time drinking, eating, you get back, you weigh yourself, and the scale is just like different from when you left? Well, you just use that as motivation. You know, you didn't just put 5 or 6 months of work into losing weight just so that a couple weeks of partying, drinking, and all that stuff can ruin your progress. So I got back straight to running again, and that's around the time that I got my gym membership. So now I'm going to the gym every morning, doing these long workouts, something I'm not really used to. So right now I'm gonna get to the gym, I'm gonna get on the treadmill, and I'm gonna run 45 to 46 minutes, try and do at least 4.3 miles, and then do my workout, man. When you go on a journey like this that requires so much discipline, you kind of flip a switch in your brain, and you start to realize that you can pretty much do whatever you want, man. Every day that you don't do it, you're one day further away from finishing it, right? If that makes sense. Everybody's always saying, oh, I'm gonna start on Monday, or I'll start after this vacation. You can't really think that way. You just do it. You just do it. Like, that's literally it. You just do it. And I feel like there's no special tricks. There's no kind of secret to weight loss. It's just discipline. It's just eating less, going into a calorie deficit, putting in your cardio, working out every day, and that's what you do. And it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, right? But you do it anyway because you feel better. I feel better. I had really bad social anxiety. I really hated walking into a room with new people. I hated the way I felt just walking around everywhere. And I needed to change that, man. So one day randomly in July of 2025, I decided that I was gonna go through this journey, and I have not looked back. And if you had told me in July that 5 months later I'd be 72 pounds down, I would have said you're crazy. Because I think the biggest thing about starting your weight loss journey is just knowing that it's not going to be instantaneous. You know, it's going to take you some time, and that's kind of where I was at. But those five months went by so quickly. I'm at the gym now, so let's go. So I just finished my cardio session. I'm about to get to strength training. I'm nice and sweaty. Really need to start bringing a towel to the gym, man. It's fucking disgusting. But yeah, we're gonna start off with a bench press. I'm completely out of my element here. I fucking hate filming in public, especially in a place like a gym. But yeah, I feel like I should just get over it, man. Seeing other people here with tripods. Alright, let's go on to the next thing. Okay, so I'm finished with my workout. I ended up doing the lat raises without the camera because, well, they were more out in the open and I just didn't feel like popping out the camera. Now we gotta go home and get ready for work. So overall, I'd say that was an okay workout. Pretty good, I guess. Did 45 minutes on the treadmill. Got almost 4.5 miles on the treadmill in 46 minutes, which is a pretty good time, I feel. And then I did 30 minutes of strength training, which also I feel is a pretty good time. My biggest thing is I need a more concrete workout plan. My plan, I basically got it off of ChatGPT, right? So it's not like the best. I feel like it's not the best. But I mean, I left feeling pretty good. I feel pretty good right now. So yeah, there's a few things I kind of want to talk about. More so just on the, not so much the fitness side, but more so the intake side of things, what I've been doing for the past 5 months. I feel like at this point, you should know that most of your weight loss is going to come from what you eat, right? You know, apparently it's like 80% in the kitchen, 20% in the gym. So pretty much during the week, I do skip breakfast every morning. Before I would drink like one of those Zero Ultra Monsters. They only have like 10 calories and they get me through the morning. But now, since I've been going to the gym in the mornings and taking pre-workout, I don't really want to overload my body with caffeine. So I'll take the pre-workout, and luckily at my office, we do have like a barista and like a cafe area where we kind of can just grab and go. Unless we want a coffee made for us and the barista will have to make it. But we do have like a grab and go fridge where I'll get like either like a LaCroix or like a vitamin water or something, and that'll kind of make me feel good up until lunch. You know, I'm keeping myself busy throughout the morning. I'm not really thinking about food right now. I got a bunch of my activity in already. You know, I closed on my Apple Fitness or whatever. I think I closed my workout ring and my exercise ring on my 4th mile. So I feel like as long as you're keeping yourself busy in the morning, it should be pretty easy to make it up until lunch. I really do hope you're still watching, because it took a lot for me. It took a lot for me to go into the gym with a camera, okay? Like, I've only been doing this shit for like 3 weeks, and for me to be like the asshole in the gym with a freaking tripod and I mean, it's not like the flashiest camera, right? So it's a Pocket and it's an Osmo Pocket 3, pretty small, pretty compact, but still, like, just to take out a tripod and set it up, it's a little embarrassing. If this can help anybody, right, like, it's worth it. I feel like so many people think there's some kind of secret, some kind of supplement, something that these people that go through transformations are doing, right, that got them there. And I feel like it's important to just point out that there is no secret, really. It's just discipline and hard work. It sucks waking up and knowing you're about to go do an hour and a half of just, but if you really want it, you'll do it. And you know what? I feel way better now that I did it than I did before I went to go do it, if that makes sense. So before I went to go do it, I was dreading it, and now I feel great. I have like this nice high, and I'm gonna feel good throughout the whole day. I'm gonna feel accomplished. I feel like it's a good way to start your day, because you start your day doing something productive, and that kind of like builds a foundation for your day, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready. All right, so I'm ready. It's actually a good day for me to do this because I have to go grocery shopping later, which means I get to talk about how I shop as someone who's on a calorie deficit. Because let's be honest, that's what people are worried about, right? They're worried about their intake. As someone that loves food, I completely understand that food is like, it's like a happy place, right? Like, there's nothing better than eating like a burger or some shit. In the moment, it feels so good, but then afterwards, you just feel like you kind of feel like a piece of shit a little bit. I know it's kind of crude to say, but it is what it is. Last week, I wanted a burger. It was during the week, so I don't eat more than 1,500 calories during the week. And all you got to do is just buy some lean meat, buy some macro-friendly bread. I use Velveeta cheese, which is not great, but it's like one of those things. You know, it's only 40 calories a slice. No sugar ketchup. There's no sugar barbecue sauce. There's mustard that has 0 calories by default. And yeah, I had a delicious burger with sweet potato fries. And I think the whole meal was like 400 calories. I mean, it was delicious enough to like fill the need for a burger. And it just takes a little bit of like smart shopping. It takes a little bit of extra planning. But I think at the end of the day, it's worth it if you don't feel like a piece of shit after you're done eating, right? So right now I'm going to work. I do have some stuff I gotta do tonight. Some dudes reached out to me and they want me to drum for their band. I haven't played the drums in like 10 years, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna meet up with them tonight. Then I'll come back home and I'll eat my evening dessert, which you'll see what that is. That's another thing, man. Desserts and snacks, it's doable as well. I love to snack. I would not be able to do this if I couldn't snack. Just like everything else on a diet, it's doable if you do it right. And I'm gonna show you tonight what I do for my dessert and for my snack, right? This is what's gonna get me through the morning. It's a vitamin water. So I'm just now walking out of work to go have lunch. Thankfully, starving. Nah, I'm not starving, I'm fine. I had that vitamin water. Felt pretty good. I should have brought my sweater. It's pretty cold out here. I'm actually probably just gonna eat a sandwich. It just seems simple. It's Monday. There's no reason to like go crazy today. I had my horrible meals during the weekend already. Went to some new place in Austin called Sauced. It's just like basically hot chicken, and it's called Smashed and Sauced. So it's like hot chicken and smash burgers. That's what keeps me sane, honestly. After a long week of dieting, going to the gym, it's always good to have that like one cheat day. Which is funny, because I recently got a body scan, and the guy who did it, the trainer, said I shouldn't be eating. I should take like 3 months off of like cheat meals. That's crazy. I don't think I could do that. I don't know. That's what keeps me sane. I mean, I understand, like if I really want to dedicate myself to this lifestyle, that's probably something I should do. But it's been working out so well that it seems a little pointless to me. Like I said, I've lost like 72 pounds in 5 months. I had that cheat meal pretty much every Saturday. And some Saturdays, I go crazy. It's not just a cheat meal. And sometimes on Sundays too, man. Like we'll buy some frozen pizza, have an easy dinner on Sunday night. I'm pretty strict during the week. I will not eat any junk during the week, aside from my snacks. Right now when I eat my lunch, you'll see that there are things that I buy that make my diet easier, that make my life easier, that just make weight loss easier. And they're just like little sacrifices that you have to make. You're still gonna get the same like food experience, but you're eating less calories, which at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to go for, right? And the thing with all these like diets that people follow, you can do any diet in the world, but if you're not eating less calories than you're burning, you're never gonna lose weight, and that's just the way it is. So that's what I mean when I say there's no secret. The secret is eating in a calorie deficit. I feel like cardio also is a part of that. When I did lose the initial 72 pounds, I was not going to the gym. I was actually running 4.3 miles every single day. 6 days a week. And you know how I said I'll have like a frozen pizza on Sunday with my family? Not even on Sundays, dude. I was strict. Only Saturday I would eat a cheat meal. And that's how I lost the initial 72 pounds. Now, of course, I've relaxed a little bit now that I'm trying to build more strength, because now that I'm trying to build more strength, protein really does matter a lot more to me, and I try to get my protein in, which is pretty difficult when you're eating at a deficit. You have to find little tricks to get your protein, whether it be protein bars, protein shakes, protein powder. You make yourself a bunch of chicken and you eat a little bit of vegetables, or not even a little bit of vegetables, you eat vegetables on the side, because vegetables they're very filling. You can eat a lot of them and it's still gonna be a low calorie meal. You get yourself like a frozen bag of broccoli or some shit, and you can eat like half of the bag, which I do. I share with my wife, so we both eat the bag. We eat half the bag each. You eat half the bag and you're only eating like 40 calories of broccoli. The rest of your calories are coming from like 300 calories of chicken. And then you try to make your food a little bit better, because that's still only like 350 calories, right? You have a little bit of extra calories to add some measured teriyaki sauce or something to make your food more, I don't know, enjoyable, I guess. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna have my cheat meal on Saturday, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And I think about that during the week. Like, it's not that bad to eat a bunch of vegetables and chicken and just do little things to make them taste better. And it becomes a lifestyle, man. Like it just becomes routine. It becomes second nature at some point. When you're on a diet, you need to be more mindful about the stuff that you buy. Before we were eating Nature's Own bread, which is 70 calories a slice, which would come out to 140 calories if you make a sandwich with it. And on top of that, it was pretty unhealthy. It had a bunch of disgusting chemicals in it. So now we found this one, which isn't like a lot better when it comes to ingredients, I don't think. It's whatever. But it's 45 calories a slice. So it's 90 calories for 2 slices. So you're not wasting your calories on the bread. For the cheese, I use Velveeta slices. I'm pretty sure there's better options for cheese, but these are fine, they're good, and they're only 40 calories a slice. And then for the turkey, I'm using oven roasted turkey breast, which is 50 calories for a serving. For 4 slices, it's 50 calories. I usually put 3, I don't really need that much. And for the sauces, I use Hellmann's light mayonnaise, 35 calories for a tablespoon, and then of course mustard, which is 0 calories always. So I put 3 slices of turkey, 1 slice of processed cheese, a little bit of mayonnaise, and then of course mustard. I personally like the way mustard and mayonnaise taste together, so. And I can't really tell like a huge difference between the light mayonnaise and the regular mayonnaise. And there's the sandwich, basic ass sandwich. HEB turkey. So if you're in Texas, you know. And then this is the special thing. If you like to eat your sandwich with chips, baked chips are awesome. 110 calories for the package. Cooked in olive oil, so no bullshit. No artificial colors, or no colors from artificial sources, right? And everything I eat is tracked on this app Chronometer, which also tracks your workouts and stuff, or it doesn't track your workouts, but it'll log them for you. So Chronometer is great. I already have my my preferences on here. So altogether, this entire meal with chips and a sandwich is 300 calories. And you know what? I eat a lot of my meals with a Coke Zero or a Dr. Pepper Zero because that's what I like. You can't take that away from me. Yeah, that's my full meal. I mean, that's my lunch. So you saw, it took like, what, 5 minutes to make this meal and track everything? It's not really that hard. Just get Chronometer, it's free. You can scan all your stuff. I wouldn't use one of those AI trackers because I don't trust them. All right, so I just finished my lunch, and we also take vitamins right after lunch. We take magnesium, fish oil, and vitamin C, as well as D3K2, but we don't take those every day. So yeah, it's important to take your vitamins. And vitamins do have calories, so you have to track those as well, okay? One other thing that I recently started doing is taking creatine. It's supposed to be a lot of benefits, not a lot of downsides, but if you're on a weight loss journey, yeah, if you go to the gym and you lift, it's supposed to help you with your gains. So started taking creatine, but if you're on a weight loss journey and you start taking creatine, you're gonna notice that the scale is gonna go up a little bit. That's not fat, it's actually, I think what creatine does is it pulls water into your muscles. So you're gonna notice a few pounds on the scale. Creatine, I think anybody who asks really will say that it's one of the, like a top tier supplement that you should be taking. This is the one I take. If you're gonna buy creatine, try to buy it with no flavorings and shit, because you get more and you pay less. I think if you buy something that has flavoring, you're gonna pay a lot more for a smaller amount. And right now I'm doing 5 grams a day or 1 scoop a day. Also, I made the mistake of doing this with cold water. Drink it with room temperature water so that it's easier and it dissolves quicker. So I'm gonna chill here at home for a little bit and then I'm gonna go back to work and I'll show you what snack I eat, or what post-lunch snack that I eat that pretty much carries me until dinner. Okay, so I'm headed back to work. I got my grocery list. After work, I'll be going to the grocery store to get everything we need. It's not that crazy, the list today, because we have a bunch of stuff left over from last week. So basically, all I'm gonna have to get is just a few things. Quest, 20 grams of protein, 170 calories, 6 grams of fat, 13 grams of fiber. So the macros are great, low amount of fat, high in fiber, high in protein, only 170 calories. I mean, you can't get much better than that when you're on a diet. So that's another thing I recommend is if you're on a diet, as I said earlier, it's gonna be really hard to get your protein in. So if you can, I mean, buy yourself some Quest bars, buy yourself some protein shakes, buy yourself a protein powder and use that. There's other little tricks that you can use to get some extra protein in throughout the day. I'm gonna show you my nighttime dessert, my main nighttime dessert. Actually, I try to pack some protein into it. I'm gonna show you what that is later tonight. But for now, I'm gonna go back to work. I'm gonna do what I have to do. In a few hours, I'll be headed to the grocery store. I'll try to kind of show you guys a little bit of what I buy. I usually eat my Quest bar at around 1:30. I feel like that's a good time to eat it. And it'll keep me good until dinner, which is around, I start cooking dinner at around 5:15. And tonight, it's probably just gonna be chicken and vegetables. So since I'm kind of stuck in traffic right now, I might as well tell you why I started working out and losing weight. Aside from looking at myself and being absolutely disgusted at how I got, it's just also like my health, like how I felt. As someone who has an Apple Watch, I was always keeping track of my heart rate. And dude, my resting heart rate was like 80, 85, 86. Sometimes it would go over 90. Just sitting there at my desk, over 90 beats per minute, my heart was going. Dude, my walking heart rate was like 130. That's bad. That's really bad. And on top of that, I always felt horrible, dude. Like I would do anything, I would do little things and I would just get so tired. I always felt out of breath. I felt disgusted. I went to the doctor and they were about to prescribe me blood pressure medication because my blood pressure was high. Anytime I would read it, it'd be like 150 over, I don't know, I don't remember the second number, but it'd be like 150 over something. Which is pretty high, you know? Yeah, man, I just felt horrible. I remember one time taking I remember one time I took my blood pressure and it was like 160 over something, and that's crazy. Thankfully, since I've started doing my cardio and started working out, my resting heart rate has gone down to like 50, 53, which is awesome. My walking heart rate has gone down to like 90, and my blood pressure, anytime I read it, is like 115 over 60 something. It's not just looking good, which I do want to look good, right? It's not just about looking good. It's also just about feeling good. I went on a camping trip and I was carrying my son on my back the whole time using one of those like baby strap things. I could see why I was always tired. I could see why I was always sweating. I could see why, you know, going up the stairs was such a workout for me. So inconvenient. It was a drag. And on top of that, it sucks living in a city like this. I used to live in Brownsville. Very different. It's very different down there. But up here, I feel like people are always keeping their health in check, into fitness. You know, you go out to a bar or something, you don't want to be like the biggest guy there. You just don't. It just doesn't feel good. You know, that you can say that's like an asshole thing to say, but I'm just trying to speak the truth. Like, that's how I felt. I would walk into a room and I'd be like, dude, I'm like the biggest person in here. I look horrible. Even if I wasn't, I still felt that way. And I still felt ugly. And I still felt like, you know, and all these things are kind of douchey to say, but I feel like people probably go through that. And it's a sad thing to go through. And now that I've gone through this whole transformation, and I'm still going through it now, you know, it's crazy that all it takes is a little bit of discipline, you know. And not only do you transform your body, you transform like your mental state. You start to think about things very differently. You know, you start to think like if you want something, you just got to get it. You just got to do it. If you put your mind to it, there's a way to get there. There's a path that you have to take. And every decision you make gets you closer to that. So every time you say, oh, I'll start working out tomorrow, you're just pushing your transformation a day further. That's all you're doing. You know? You got to look at the end. You You know, you got to think about the end result and what you have to do to get there. Stop prolonging the whole thing, you know? I just got to work. I'm gonna work for a few hours, come back, go to the grocery store, shop for my stuff, and then I'm gonna go home and make dinner. I'll see you then. So I got myself a coffee. I put about a tablespoon and a half of half and half, and sugar-free hazelnut and a Splenda. And I'm eating my Quest bar right now. But yeah, I'm gonna be here for another hour and a half, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the grocery store. Okay, so I'm headed to H-E-B now. For the most part, I got a lot of stuff that we needed last week, so the grocery list isn't as crazy as it usually is. I wanted to make this video because I know there's a lot of people that are just not motivated, or they can't find, not that they're not motivated, but they can't find the motivation to actually get started. I know how hard it is to be in a position where you kind of just feel like you're too far gone. You know, you're too far into this hole, and it would be just too much to dig yourself out. That was my thought process. Like when I was at my biggest, I always felt like, dude, I'm too far gone. Like if I were to start working out today, it's gonna take me, best case scenario, 6 months. And then on top of that, you see people posting and they're like, oh, my weight loss journey, it's been a year, it's been 3 years and I'm down 50 pounds. And I just couldn't imagine, you know, putting in the work for like 3 years. It just felt unattainable, you know, and I feel like a lot of people might feel that way. It just feels like it's too much. It would be too much of a big commitment. And on top of that, you know, when you do something like this, you have to kind of put your life on hold a little bit, because most of the time when you're hanging out with friends, you're going out to drink, you're going out to eat, and those things are not conducive to like weight loss. You know, they don't fuel your weight loss journey. That's kind of how I felt. And it kind of got, and at some point, it just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. I don't care how long it's gonna take. I need to lose this weight, and I need to get healthy, you know? And I think the big wake-up call was when I went to the doctor's office and she told me that I had high blood pressure and that I had to keep a log of all my blood pressure readings. And if my blood pressure continued to be high, I was gonna have to be on medication. And just to be like, you know, in my very early 30s, to be 31 years old and to hear that I'm gonna have to be on blood pressure medication, and just to know that it was just all my fault, you know, it's nobody else's fault, it's my fault that I was gonna have to be in that position, you know? It's just like, dude, that's kind of the start of, you know, you're the master of your own destiny. That was the start of my thought process. Sadly, that was not even the push that I needed to start my weight loss journey. Of course, it was a contribution, but it wasn't the ultimate push. No, the ultimate push happened last year in July when I went on a camping trip. And when I go out to do things, when I do things like a camping trip or like a vacation, like a big thing like that, I love to film it. Like that's my thing. I love to make big videos out of things that I do. So I made a video from this camping trip, and as I was editing, there were like scenes or parts of the video where it was me talking. I'd be holding the camera and somebody would be filming me talking. And just looking at myself, man, the camping trip video to me that I made recently was like a work of art, I feel. One of the coolest videos I've ever made. The editing, the drone footage, everything looks so good. And then I would look at myself in the video and I'd just be like, dude, what a fucking eyesore. Jeez. Like, you know?
Sites in Hidden Falls, Texas. Kind of like a prelude to the actual camping trip, which starts pretty much tomorrow. So yeah, we've been chilling, drinking beer. Every night we get to have delicious food, stuff you wouldn't normally eat at home every day. Look at that, dude. It's crazy. So if you're gonna take a dump, I would suggest you do it now. Here Saw a moose. Where's the bears at? The rain really is coming down on us right now. So right now, we're getting ready to leave camp. We're being blind for a good 2 hours. So that's my low light. A lot of you guys are out during the Halloween season, going to Halloween parties. You know what the crust is kind of like? It's kind of like a croissant crust. That gym sock smell. God damn, that's not a good smell. These caverns. The family came to visit for the weekend.
I've really let myself go. At one point, I was 275 pounds, dude. My cousin told me, you're a few cheeseburgers away from 300 pounds. Yeah. So yeah, after I saw the camping trip video, I was like, dude, I can't do this. Like, you know, like I like to film. I'm a very creative person. And when you're creative like that, it kind of requires you to like put yourself out there. And I can't be putting myself out there like this. And on top of that, I live in a city where everybody looks good. You know, I go out and every time I would go out, I would just feel like, dude, I'm like the biggest person in here. Like I stick out. I'm like a giant fucking wrecking ball in a crowd of just normal looking people. So yeah, it's depressing. It was a depressing feeling. It's just depressing. It's depressing overall, you know. And then on top of that, I have my 3 kids, you know, where I can't do, you know, we go to the park and stuff, and I can't really play with them. I couldn't really play with them like I used to, or like I couldn't play with them actually, because I was big since my kids were born. I couldn't play with them because I would get so tired, and my knees would ache and my back would hurt, and it's just, whew. I'm at H-E-B already. We're at the store. I'm gonna go in there and do my grocery shopping. Sorry for unloading all that on you, but I think it's the reality that some people live with. So let's go get our groceries. All right, so I'm in here. Fucking nothing more stressful than filming in public. I hate it. All right, so we're gonna start off with some zucchini. Fruits and vegetables, man. You need to do anabolic shopping, which means you need to like shop for less calories, but more volume. And fruits and vegetables are like gold for that kind of shit. You can eat like 1 million zucchinis before it actually starts becoming a problem. Zucchini is a great vegetable. You can eat like so much of it, and it's so little calories. And if you cook it, it's pretty damn good. Season it correctly. Gotta get some raspberries for the kids. Some blueberries. Yeah, dude. Picking fruits and vegetables for me is very stressful. So if I pick a fruit and it has any kind of bullshit on it, like a scratch or something, I will not buy it. I need only the best apples. Yeah, I dropped the fucking onion and it rolled right under the shelf, right as the person who cleans was walking by. And it went deep under the shelf, dude. I couldn't even get it back. They had to use a broom to take it out. Anyways, I got the zucchini. Now I'm getting some asparagus. So that's exactly what I need, right? Whenever I'm filming in a freaking store. And then dropping onions under shelves and shit. Making the workers take it out. So one thing that we've been doing recently that I find really delicious, low calorie, high protein, are tuna steaks. If you cook them right, dude, they are so fucking good. Lean ground beef, 96% lean. I know a lot of people say the less fat, the less flavor, but never had a problem with them. I've never had a problem with lean meat. On Saturday morning, I like to wake up and eat like a nice, delicious kind of dessert protein bar, and I found these Anabars are really, really good. So I buy one for myself and I buy one for my wife, and then I drink it with my coffee on Saturday mornings. And honestly, anything by Quest is pretty good. I've seen Quest has been making these protein shakes. 45 grams of protein, only 230 calories. So for those of you that love pizza and you don't want to give it up, I completely understand that this would not be like a suitable substitute for a real pizza. But if you buy these wraps, they're high fiber,
low-calorie wraps. And then you just make them into a pizza. Put them in the oven at 400 for a few minutes. Sara Lee makes honey wheat bread, 45 calories. That's crazy. There's white bread too. So when you're at the store, you need to look, you know? Look around to find substitutions for things that you like. For example, if you like white bread, Sara Lee makes white bread. I didn't know that. 90 calories for 2 slices. Peanut butter is probably one of the hardest things that you can fit into a diet. And for those of you that like peanut butter, there's a really good solution. PB Fit. It's peanut butter powder. 2 tablespoons of PB Fit is like 60 calories, dude. 2 tablespoons of regular peanut butter is like 200 calories, I think, maybe more. PB Fit is pretty delicious. You get a little bit of the powder, mix it with a little bit of water, and it turns into some delicious peanut butter. It's a good solution for those of you that love peanut butter and want to go on a diet. All right, so we got tuna steaks, now we need some turkey sausage. It's another thing we've been getting. We get some jalapeno turkey sausage. You can eat quite a bit of it, and it's very low in calories. So let me show it to you. It's HEB, so I don't know if you can get it other places, but 70 calories for 2 ounces. Ranch style beans, which are some of my favorites. Ranch style beans are not super macro friendly, but they're good. And garbanzo beans. I actually don't cook a lot with oil anymore, unless it's a weekend, and it's always avocado oil or olive oil. Plain 0% fat yogurt is one of your friends when you're on a diet. You can make it taste great, all right? And I'll show you later what I do with my yogurt. That's pretty much it. Not a lot of stuff because I already bought ground turkey. Ground turkey, when I buy ground turkey, I buy 99.1, the absolute leanest ground turkey that I can get. There's actually one other thing I was gonna get that wasn't on the list. For all you barbecue sauce lovers, this is actually a pretty good low-calorie barbecue sauce, sugar-free, and it's only 10 calories for 2 tablespoons, which is a pretty good amount. You can find all that stuff here, man. Same with no sugar ketchup, 10 calories for a tablespoon, and a tablespoon's a pretty good amount, all right? Why can't I find the fucking jalapenos, dude? Jalapenos, 0 calories. Because you don't want to waste your calories on dumb shit. All right, so that does it for the not cold food. Simple grocery shopping list today. Last thing we're gonna get is frozen veggies. And my absolute favorite pack of frozen veggies is, damn it, they don't have it, of course, for some weird reason. It's always missing. But it's basically like water chestnuts, carrots, broccoli, snap peas, and it's so good. I don't know why they never fucking have it. And the whole reason I'm getting the baby corn is because I don't want to get this. I don't need my vegetables seasoned. I can season them myself. Yeah, they don't have it. What the hell? Is it over here? Am I just not seeing it? But that's pretty much the whole shopping list right there. So I'm gonna start cooking dinner for me and my wife. This house is chaos, so whatever you hear, it's because there's a bunch of people in here. It's because I have 3 kids. So when you're in a diet, I feel like you're probably gonna eat a lot of chicken breast because it's very lean and it has a lot of protein. Like when you're eating something so boring, it's important to try to change it up, right? If you're gonna be eating a lot of chicken breast. And today is probably one of the more basic meals that we make, but I feel like we do a pretty good job of making it really good. So I'm gonna chop up this chicken breast and I'm gonna make like a teriyaki chicken with vegetables, I guess. And just a tip for people that don't know, if you don't like thaw your chicken out completely, if it's still a little bit frozen when you're cutting it, it makes it a lot easier to cut. Obviously, if it's completely frozen, you're gonna have a hard time. But if it's like half thawed out, it's very easy to cut and you can pretty much cut it into whatever shape you want. Okay, so I have a pretty nice pile of raw chicken here that I'm gonna make for me and my wife. So I guess while I'm waiting for my wife, I'll show you what vegetables I'm gonna use. Broccoli, carrots, sugar snap peas, and water chestnuts. My favorite frozen veggie combo, I guess. And also, for those of you that like ice cream, I don't think this is like a big secret, but Halo Top is like a lifesaver, especially this one. delicious strawberry ice cream for like 270 calories for the whole pint. What? That's insane. You could fit that into a diet easily. Is it macro friendly though? It has 5 grams of protein and it has 6 grams of fiber. It's not horrible. 1.5 gram of, no wait, 21 grams of fat, 8 grams of sugar. Whatever, it's a sweet treat. So one thing about being on a diet is like, if you're gonna use oil, always use like avocado oil or olive oil because they're just better for you. But I feel like if you're on a diet, you don't really have a lot of room for oil. This is 120 calories. And if you're trying to keep your calories low, I feel like that's a lot. So I use avocado spray oil from the same company, Chosen Foods. So you know it's good. And then for the vegetables, I'm gonna steam them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pour the whole bag into the saucepan. Usually I'll use like a few different, what do you call it? A few different seasonings, but for like this dish, I'm pretty much just gonna use lemon pepper and garlic for both the veggies and the chicken. Just season the shit out of it with lemon pepper. And then just a little bit of garlic. This is exactly why I don't track my micronutrients, I think is what they're called, because I would just go over my sodium all the time. And I know sodium makes you like hold water, but we haven't had issues losing weight, so I haven't really been stressing about it. And then I'm also gonna season my veggies with some lemon pepper. And just for reference, the veggies are 40 calories per serving, and we're eating 1.75 servings if I split that in half. And the way that I split it is I weigh it. So I'll weigh it and then give half to me, to my wife, half to me, which I know is not like the best way to do it because some vegetables have more calories than others, but I don't think it's gonna be a huge difference. So we're gonna let the chicken cook and brown, right? And I guess I'll show you what sauce I'm gonna use. So I've been buying this. It's by a company called Three Dragons, and I'm using the sesame chicken one. This is 25 calories a tablespoon. And usually when I'm making this for my wife, I'll use 3 tablespoons of it. And in order to fill it out even more, I use Frank's Red Hot. So I'll put a shitload of Frank's Red Hot in the teriyaki or the sesame chicken sauce, and that'll make it more abundant because Frank's Red Hot has 0 calories. So I'll mix 3 tablespoons of the sauce with some Frank's Red Hot, then I'll pour it all over my veggies, and then I'll pour the veggies on top of the chicken. I'm actually gonna saute the veggies for a little bit once the chicken is done in the same pan, and I'm gonna use the baby corn with it. So I'm gonna make the baby corn with the veggies. And again, all this is worth it because you feel good after you eat it. You don't feel like a slob. And then on the weekend, we still have our cheat meal. I do feel like a slob after the cheat meal, but it's less guilt. So we're gonna use 3 tablespoons of sesame chicken sauce. And then I'm gonna do like 10 dashes of Frank's Red Hot. I did like 20. Oh, and I talked about those protein shakes by Quest at the store. We actually have one here. This is my wife's. I got the strawberry one, she got the chocolate one, but she hasn't drank it yet. You need to get your protein in. It's very important if you're working out. So the chicken is almost done. And this is the part that people would probably hate to do. It's basically where we weigh everything. If you're gonna make yourself chicken, you have to weigh it exactly so you know exactly how much you're eating, how many calories you're taking in. So I'm gonna give myself 170 grams of chicken. My wife wants 150. And this is a scale, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. The scale's right here. So I'm gonna weigh it. I'm gonna weigh my chicken. And since I already know how much chicken I'm gonna have, I should just put in my chronometer now. It's always easier to just fill out your chronometer before you start eating. Or your MyFitnessPal, whatever you're using. Though MyFitnessPal is no longer free to use a barcode, which is really stupid. And there you see it. Chicken breast, boneless, skinless, cooked. 170. Then we're gonna do the bird's eye. And it should pop up like pretty much instantly because I eat it a lot. And the chicken is pretty much done at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and weigh it out. And like I said, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself 170 calories. Hopefully, I can get that much. That's 90, 170 grams. That's 90, 148, 170, exactly. 152, Kenya, 152 is okay? Yeah. Okay, 152 for the wife. And we have a little bit left over. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. Just a tiny bit. Spray oil. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my veggies. And the baby corn. And then of course, the sauce. Basically, the whole goal of this is to like let the sauce reduce a little bit, just so it's easier to split up. It's for the vegetables to marinate in it. So altogether, the whole meal is less than 400 calories. And this shit's gonna keep me full because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of food. Alexa, what's 527 divided by 2? And this is basically a whole plate. That's like a lot of food. So it's very possible to have big ass meals when you're on a diet, right? That's a bunch of food, dude. And then of course, with the food, we drink a Dr. Pepper Zero because why not, right? So yeah, I'm gonna eat this food and then I'm gonna go to like a band thing, right? I'm gonna be a drummer for some band apparently, so I'm gonna go do that. And then I'm gonna come back home and eat my dessert. So right now I'm on my way to meet some dudes. I'm gonna be playing drums for them. But as far as that dinner goes, yeah, I haven't played drums in a while, so I'm pretty nervous. As far as the dinner goes, it was delicious. And I mean, dude, 52 grams of protein. You can't really beat that, come on. For under 400 calories. And it was delicious. By the way, I don't know if this is a thing where you guys live, but if you go to Walmart and you scan the little QR code at the gas, you get like 3 cents off per gallon without having Walmart Plus or anything. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm wasting memory just recording myself driving. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off. You've pretty much seen my whole day already. You just need like my night routine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this band thing. If I have an opportunity to record, I'll pull up my camera, but I highly doubt it. I don't wanna be a weirdo. Maybe I'll get myself some footage of myself playing drums, but bruv, I don't know. I just don't know. And by the way, something that I did not mention this morning. One of the first things I do every single morning right after using the restroom is I weigh myself. People are going to tell you that's not a healthy habit to have, but after all the time that I've been doing it, and I've been doing it for a while already, I've kind of grown to know how my body works as far as like gaining weight, losing weight. So I guess in that respect, I would know exactly when to weigh myself to get like my lowest weight. But at the same time, I know that if I weigh myself and it's a little bit more than I expected, if it's on a certain day, I can pretty much tell why I weigh the amount that I do, right? So what I'm trying to say is, in a very complicated way, is that you pick up trends on how your body works when it comes to losing weight. And that's what I've learned. I also use like a weight app where I log my weight every single day, and that app has also given me a bunch of stats and trends and my actual moving average. So as much as I want to say don't weigh yourself every day, I've been doing it every day and it's been fine for me. I think more so you shouldn't do it if you feel like it's really going to affect your mood for the day. For me, for example, if I wake up and I'm a little bit heavier than I thought I would be, it's not going to ruin my whole day, but it is going to affect the way that I diet that day or the way that I work out that day. I'm probably going to go a little bit harder than I would have if it was, where I thought it was going to be, if that makes sense.
So yeah, I didn't say that this morning, but the first thing I do every morning before I go to the gym is I weigh myself. Do with that as you will. I don't think, I don't know, I've been told it's an unhealthy habit, but I'm not going to stop doing it because it's worked for me. Which is another thing that you're going to realize is you do what works for you, right? There could be things I could be doing better, but I'm satisfied with where I'm at, and I'm satisfied with my progress. If I was doing this in the strictest way possible, I don't think I would have lasted as long as I did. But yeah, I have to pump some gas, and then I'm going to that band thing. So after a long day of dieting and being awesome, I need a way to decompress. And the way that I do that is I vape a little bit, the contents of which you don't have to know. But let's just say that it makes me pretty hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and vape a small amount, and then I'm gonna go over there and make my evening dessert. Yeah, it's about 9:20 at night. All right, so I put my whole yogurt, which is, it's a yogurt. That's what I'm gonna make. We start with a bowl, right? And then an apple. And I only use half. My wife uses the other half. So we split an apple every time we do this. All right, so now that the apple is cut, put your bowl on the scale and zero it out, obviously, right? Because you're not eating the bowl. You only weigh what you eat. And this is 107 grams of apples. So I predicted 130. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. And it's a Pink Lady apple. So actually I'm just gonna add. Some apples are actually in here. You can look at them. You can look them up as their name. So the Pink Lady is in here. 50 calories for the Pink Lady that I'm gonna be eating today. Not a real Pink Lady, an apple. Then we're gonna use Phage, the one that I showed you guys at HEB today. 0% fat, yogurt, plain, nothing in it. It's literally just yogurt. Greek yogurt, by the way. And I'm gonna try and put only 60 grams because that's how much I put in my chronometer. 64 grams, so I got a little bit extra. That's fine. Now this is the crazy part, right, Kenya? This is the insane part. Halo Top, strawberry. Very important. 51, okay, 51, nice. So I went one over, that's fine, right, Kenya? Then, it wouldn't be yogurt without granola, right? Right, Kenya? And I'm gonna do 15 grams. All right, we're gonna do 11 grams because this is pretty fine. So, I feel like with 11 grams, I'm getting a lot. So 11 grams of Kind. Then I bought these new like semi-sweet mini chocolate chips because you could put like a shitload, I feel. Oh my God, that's crazy. 8 grams? I feel like I put so many. 11 grams, that's insane. Look at all those chocolate chips. And this is what it's like being on a diet. You weigh everything and obsess over numbers. Right, Kenya? So 11 grams. Right now I'm at 1171. That's how many calories I have for the day. And to fill out the last 30 for the yogurt, not for the day. For the yogurt, I'm gonna use PB Fit. Peanut butter is like the most non-macro friendly thing in the whole world. It's not diet friendly at all. PB Fit is like pretty good. It's like 8 grams for like half a serving and it's only 30 calories. And look at how much you get to put, like, look at this giant scoop. Giant scoop. That was 7 grams, not even a whole half of a serving. PB Fit. If you like peanut butter, it's like awesome. So you could put 2 tablespoons and then put a little bit of water and it turns into peanut butter. 26 calories, crazy. For peanut butter, think about that. You know what? Where's the peanut butter? We have some Skippy Natural. For the same amount, 2 tablespoons a serving, the same amount is 190 in regular peanut butter. That's like crazy, right? Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Look at all the chocolate chips. And this yogurt is macro friendly. It's diet friendly. And it's a giant bowl. Like, imagine eating that much ice cream. Like, you would feel good. But yeah, that's my yogurt. So that's my nightly dessert that I have every night.
And I probably won't. I'm not probably not even done. Honestly, I'll probably get like a bag of baked chips after this, cause I got the munch. I got a munch. So aside from that, from this, I do get a bag or two of baked chips, and then I just put a bunch of Louisiana hot sauce on them. So like, let's say I were to get 2 bags of chips, right? 2 bags of baked chips. Yeah. So you put 2 bags of baked Lay's, and you're only at, you probably won't be able to see. You're only at 1,400 calories for the whole day. So munching is definitely possible if you do it right. So that will probably be my whole day right there. So all in all, I had 1,400 calories. I might try to fill it out to 15, just because, like, you know. But as of right now, with everything that I'm eating, the yogurt, the chips, all my lunch, my dinner, all that is 1,400 calories. And as of right now, I have 112 grams of protein. So I probably should eat something else, maybe like half a scoop of protein or something, just to get my protein up. For carbs, I have 129 carbs. For fat, I have 41 grams of fat. That's my whole day, unless I decide to eat a little bit more protein. But in that case, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much my day as someone who is actively dieting and losing weight and have lost 72 pounds in around 5 months. If you have any questions, let me know. Any kind of like recipes that I make, whatever, I mean, honestly, whatever. Like, you know, I'm an open book. Bye.